Alright, this is going to be the review of my first antenna from MFJ. This is the MFJ-1899T Portable Telescopic Antenna. It does 6 meters to 80 meters, and I think the max wattage is 25 watts, so I plan to use a QRP. There is a jumper cable that'll go on these slots on the antenna. So for example, if I do 40 meters, the jumper needs to be between number 1 and number 2, right? And so this is number 1, that's number 2, that's where the jumper needs to be. And then you adjust the telescoping part to these ranges. And then it also says best length for ground plane wire is less than a quarter wave. 180 divided by frequency in megahertz equals the length in feet for your counterpoise or ground plane wire is what they're calling it. So let's see how this does. I'm going to take it out and do an actual field activation for parks on the air using this antenna. Alright, hey guys, I'm here in Vail at the Hardscrabble area, Spring Creek access. This is a BLM management area, and it is a parks on the air. And I'll have to look up the K number, I don't know off the top of my head. I'm here to test out a couple of antennas that my good friends over at MFJ gave to me, and I'm going to test those out, see how they work, and put them here on the old YouTube. Let's check them out and see what happens. I'm gonna walk in about a quarter mile. There's no tables or benches, so this is gonna be pretty much sitting up everything up on the ground. Okay, so here's the initial setup. So I've got the impulse power supply, 12 amp hour battery, Yaesu 857D. Got a LDG tuner and a watt meter. Got my Hammers app open on my iPad. Ran a coax off the back of the radio through the tree there. And it is running over here in the snow to this antenna. The first one I was going to show you. And this is the MFJ 1899T Portable Telescopic Antenna, 6 meters to 80 meters. And so on the paperwork, and this is the only actually paper, even when you go to online to the user manual, this is it. This is the whole paper. And so to tell you, for each band, attach the first prong to whatever the second number is. And so I'm doing 20 meters. So the number 1 connected to the number 2 with the jumper. So there you go. Number 1 prong to the number 2 prong. And then it says, for 20 meters, the telescope length should be set at 39 inches. There's no markings on it. And so I'm assuming that each section is so long. And so what I did, and let me grab it with my fingers. What I did was, this is all the way out. And the highest number they have on there is 48 inches. And so if each section is roughly about 5 to 6, if I were to lower the first and second section, that should be 39 inches. But I don't know that. And so I'm assuming. And so I tuned it up with it set this way, and it seemed to tune. And right now I'm at 14.310. So I'm going to see if I can call out and see if we can do something with that. All right, so I have, again, the radio set. I'll do the tuning one more time so you can see that. The way I've been doing the LDG is basically I'm having to switch the radio into, packet or data. I hold down the tune button until the light goes out. So it'll come on with a red light. It'll go out. Then I hit the key up. And the SWR went to green. And so I'm going to assume that it is tuned. So I'm going to go back to USB upper sideband for 2 meters. And try to call out. Is this frequency in use? Kilo 0 Foxtrot Yankee Romeo. And the watt meter looks like, is this frequency in use? Kilo 0 Foxtrot Yankee Romeo. I'm getting up to 10 watts, which is what I have the power set on. So right now it doesn't look like it's getting out. Unless he just can't hear me in Florida. It says walkabout antenna. 80 meters through 6 meters. Whip unscrews from the 12-inch base loading coil. It is ultra compact for easy traveling. Handles 25 watts. It says it's designed for the FT817 and other QRP rigs. And so right now I'm running 10 watts. And so he didn't appear to hear me. Again, it could just be where he's at. And so let me see if I have an open band somewhere. Let's go to 315. Shouldn't have to retune. Kilo 0 Foxtrot Yankee Romeo. Is this frequency in use? Kilo 0 Foxtrot Yankee Romeo. Try to move the camera over here. I don't know if you can see the screen on the radio. You can see it right there, I think. Kilo 0 Foxtrot Yankee Romeo. And again, not really sure if I'm tuned or not, or if that's 39 inches. That would be probably the biggest current gripe that I might have about what's happening. Kilo 0 Foxtrot Yankee Romeo. I'm not thinking it's tuned because I'm not getting, it's saying it's blinking SWR up at the top. Let's see what happens if I bypass the tuner. CQ POTA, CQ Parks on the air. This is Kilo 0 Foxtrot Yankee Romeo, Parks on the air, K0 FYR. So I'm thinking that it's not, either it's not 39 inches or it's not tuned. All right, so here's what I did. I got a online measuring app and did pretty much lay the antenna on the ground and measured it from the part at the beginning of the telescoping part to the tip. And so the paper says to measure from here, see if I can get it in the picture, from right here up. And I'll superimpose that here. But basically it came out to 3 feet 3 inches, which is 39 inches. And so it is at the right height, and it has the right taps in for 20 meters. But however, when I try to go on to at least this radio, the Yaesu FT857D, it doesn't look like it's wanting to say the SWR is any good. So let me try it one more time and go from there. All right, so we got the camera, the radio, everything set up. I'm gonna put it back on packet. Gonna hit the tune button. Gonna key up. It showed a SWR of okay. And put it back on upper sideband. CQ POTA, this is Kilo 0 Foxtrot Yankee Romeo, Parks on the air, K0 FYR. CQ POTA, CQ Parks on the air. This is Kilo Zero, Foxtrot Yankee Romeo, Parks on the air, K0 FYR. CQ POTA, CQ Parks on the air. This is Kilo Zero, Foxtrot Yankee Romeo, Parks on the air, K0 FYR. And that just doesn't look like it's getting out. So I don't know what to say about that. I'm not sure if it's the radio. I'm not sure what the issue is. And so let's try something else at least in the meantime. So we're going to power off the 857D, unplug the antenna. I'm going to hook it to my Elecraft KX2. .2 to 1. CQ POTA, CQ Parks on the air. This is Kilo Zero, Foxtrot Yankee Romeo, Parks on the air, running QRP in Colorado, K0 FYR. See if we can get the camera a little closer to it. 10 watts. Come on. CQ POTA, CQ Parks on the air. This is Kilo Zero, Foxtrot Yankee Romeo, Parks on the air, K0 FYR.
CQ POTA, CQ Parks on the air. This is Kilo Zero, Foxtrot.
Other radio accidentally turned on. So that's what you heard there. So again, I got the MFJ-1899T sitting out there in the snow. Should be at kind of a high elevation. I'm by Vail, Colorado. I'm at 6,700 feet. They're saying maybe a ground plane wire. So let me try that. I guess it might be like my like the AX1 telescoping antenna that we have for the Elecraft. So hold on. So they talked about a ground wire, and so I have here counterpoise, right? And so let's see if I can get up a calculator. Yeah. And so it's 180 divided by the frequency. And so that's giving you the quarter wave of your frequency. So I'm on 20 meters, and if I was on 310, I'm looking at 13 feet. And I have a 13-foot counterpoise off of the radio right here, which is what they're recommending in the paperwork. And so I don't know what else to do with it right now. Portable telescopic antenna MFJ-1899T, 20 meters. The number 1, number 2 were connected together with the jumper. The best length for ground plane wire is quarter wave. 180 divided by frequency equals the length in feet. And again, my frequency was, let's do it for 315, which is when I was on. So I go to go to 315. So that's 180 divided by 14.315 equals the same. It comes out to 12.574222 whatever, and rounded it, it's 13 feet, so this is roughly 13 foot long. So it's exactly the counterpoise ground wire that you need. It says to attach it to the radio. It's attached to the radio, just like when I use my AX1 antenna from Elecraft. You know, got the antenna with the jumper right. It's at 39 inches, and I'm not getting anybody. And so Not sure where the problem is lying. I'm doing the things that it's asking me to do. And so, let me try it again. Right now, everybody that I could contact would be on 2 meters. I'm sorry, 2 meters, 20 meters. So let's go back up to where I potentially was supposed to be. 1-to-1 SWR. This is Kilo 0 Foxtrot Yankee Romeo. Okay, it shows me spotted, so it heard me. So looks like my foray into using the MFJ-1899T so far isn't really a positive for me right now. Like I said, it was a little bit difficult knowing what the length's supposed to be, just opening up out here in the field for the first time and not knowing how long the telescoping section is, because there's no markings on it. And so again, like I said, I have the jumpers placed correctly. Let me turn the camera around. So for 20 meters, the jumper is supposed to be placed there in the number 1, and this is the number 1 pin, and it's all the way in, and the number 2, and then this part from here up is supposed to be 39 inches, and it is. It's exactly 3 feet 3 inches. I've got standard coax. I'm running along the ground. It's about 20, I think that coax is 20 feet long. Had my radio set up right here. And so first I tried the Yaesu. Then I couldn't tell if the SWR was right or not. So I went ahead and pulled the Elecraft out. I know the SWR on that because it says, and it was between a 1.3 to 1 and then down to a 1.0 to 1 on most of the channels that I tried. Was running 10 watts QRP. This antenna can go to 25 watts. Okay, and so wasn't overstressing the antenna. They talked about a ground plane wire or ground wire, and then we did the calculation on the iPad. It's come out to 0.6 feet, and I have a 13-foot ground wire running this way. And so again, fulfilled that requirement. And so I'm kind of at a loss because I couldn't get anybody to hear or respond. And late shift activation usually gets a lot of points. And so, I mean, it's not like extra points, but people like late shift activations. And so if they could hear me, they would have come back. And they didn't hear me. So right now, the 1899T doesn't seem to be working for me. And so let me see if I can try something else in the meantime, just to see if I can get this park activated. Park to park. Kilo 0 Foxtrot Yankee Romeo. Yeah, QSL. I'm in park Kilo 9598. So switched antennas to the Pactenna Mini 9-to-1, and immediately got the person I could not hear just 1 second ago using the 1899T. And so, you know, can't say for sure that it's the antenna, but right now it seems to be like the antenna. It's pretty cold. Temperature's dropping because the sun's setting. And so I'm having a hard time switching channels on the Elecraft, and that's happened to me before. And so I'm trying to get it to move up, but it'll just like stay in the same place, and it doesn't want to move the channel frequency up. And so again, I think that's just a park to park. Park is 9598. 9598. Yeah, you're 5353 Colorado. Park to park. Yeah, Kilo 0 Foxtrot Yankee Romeo, park to park. Don't know what to say, man. I switched antennas and now I'm getting everybody with the Pac-10 Mini random wire. It's gonna start getting dark here. 6 p.m. in the mountains in Colorado. All right, sorry about that. I got November 8 Alpha Juliet Mike. Roger, I got you. November 2 Bravo Tango Delta. You're a 2-2. A 2-2 in the park. Kilo 9598. Yeah, Roger the 3-3 New York. I'm running QRP. I'm running QRP. Yeah, Roger the 22 in North Carolina. You're about a 3-3, a 3-3 Colorado. Park Kilo 9598. All right, appreciate it, brother. I am recording this for YouTube, so once I get it edited, I'll put it on my site. Okay, yeah, I think I got you now. Alpha 5 Uniform Zulu. Is this Judy? Yeah, QSL the 4-3 Louisiana. I'll give you the same. 4-3 Colorado, 4-3 Colorado, park Kilo 9598. So overall, ended up with 13 contacts, kind of spread both coasts. And this was with the Pac-10 Mini 9-to-1 unun. The other antenna just didn't seem to work. Anyway, I was trying to show you the random wire, and it was here in this tree. I know you can see it kind of hanging there. It was higher up. It was about 12 feet. And I ran it as a sloper 29 feet over to this snowbank. And I had the end stuck with a stick into the snow. So here it is in my hand. That's the end where it was on that stick. And I had that stick stuck pretty much right here. Right here is where I have it. See if I can bury it again. Right there. So 29-foot sloper up to a 12-foot in the tree feed point. And that's how I had the random wire. All right, so not sure if you're able to see me. Just got back to the car after packing up all the radio equipment, and my phone died. I didn't have any light. I do know that I got all the stuff back in the bag. But basically, this is the end of the MFJ-1899T test, my first test of that antenna. And it didn't do so hot. And so, again, not really sure what the problem is. I'm going to try to email MFJ and see if I can get a little more clarification on that antenna, because right now it didn't work. And basically I had to resort to the Pac-10 Mini attached to the Elecraft in order to even be heard. And as soon as I did that, I mean, everybody that I'd been searching for with the 1899T, with the counterpoise wire, the ground wire that they said, with the right distance on the telescoping slope for 20, with the jumper cable on the number 1 and the number 2, just didn't work. It didn't work. And so, again, switched straight over to the Pac-10 Mini after that, and got 12 contacts. And so, right now, I'm not that, definitely not that confident in the 1899T telescoping 80 to 6 meter. Maybe different bands, or I don't know, but I'm going to have to get a hold of them. But Until then, I appreciate y'all watching. This is Ham Solo, K0FYR 73.